everyone, I'm Cassandra Donnelly from Creative Passages. I'm a mixed media artist and I'm here in my art studio on a Thursday night, and I want to play in my trauma journal, and I'm thinking I'm going to play with this piece of paper that I made in my last video. It's a just very distressed collage. You can go to my other video to watch how I made this. It was pretty much very involved, and I took sandpaper to it and paint, through stencils and all that, and the sandpaper resulted in some holes. And then after I did all that, I Momigami'd it, but you can see how I just, for the collage, I didn't have a substrate that I glued it on. I just glued each piece individually. Well, I also have these papers that I did in the video before them, and they're beautiful, and they're almost so pretty. I have to think carefully about where I want to put them in my journal. They've also been Momigami'd. So right now, this one I think is my favorite. I just love this one right here. So right now, there's some more. This one was a collage as well, but it was a piece of, just copy paper, and it started off with the Sharpie drawing. But there's a whole other video for that, so I'm not going to go into details about that. But actually, did I say I was drawn to this one? I made a mistake. This one's nice, and it's actually my favorite out of this one and this one, but I begin to get drawn to this one. And what I thought is maybe I would make a pocket out of it, perhaps. And I'm debating if I want to put a collage on the inside of this. I haven't thought it all the way through. I want to fold it so that these two edges meet, but the problem with that is where this thing naturally folds, it doesn't really fold on these other ends too well. I didn't Momigami. This part is really thick, but anyway, but I kind of like it folded right there, and I like this little hole, and I like this part right here. So I was debating if I wanted to face it this way or if I wanted to face it this way. So this was what I was originally thinking, that I would take something like this and have these flowers coming up through the holes. It's almost like to represent new life coming in through our cracks. And I like that idea so much, I went to Michael's and I bought more flowers that I might add on to. And I'm thinking also about adding some pretty ribbon that I got from Temu. But the problem is with the ribbon, I don't want to cover up the whole thing, even though it looks very beautiful like that. I thought perhaps I could do something like this and just have it kind of sticking out like that, because I do actually like my little edges. So this video is just going to be about me utilizing this piece of, Momigami'd collage papers in my trauma journal. I don't know where I want to put it yet, so I'm not necessarily putting things in, chronological order. This was one of the pieces I made. Like those other pieces I showed you, this was the least pretty. This actually started out as my scrap paper and my roll-off paper, but I ended up finishing it up and Momigami'ing it just like the rest. And I did Momigami all these with Konjaku starch. So anyway, my last video shows you that. So I'm going to put this away. I don't know where I want to put it yet, but I will decide that later. Well, maybe I should decide it now. So the only thing I know for sure is I want to put these flowers, have these flowers coming up to represent new growth that's coming through. Like, even though trauma happened to me, God, it has been healing me. So, and I also got these little things that I might use. So I guess the first thing I have to decide is, do I want to use just a half of this by itself, or do I want to keep it together? And I never really finished talking about the angle, you know, the direction I want to put it in. Even though I sort of look at it this way, if I turn it the other way, then this little flap is on the top. And I like that on the top. So I don't know. Let me pause this while I try to figure out what I want to do. So I don't want to glue this part down because that's too pretty, or this part down for that matter. So if it is a pocket, it's going to show both sides, and maybe I'll do my holes like this. I mean, it kind of looks pretty with this piece here. This is my With You Forever, and this is the back of it, but I kind of like when this lies next to it, I kind of like how plain this is. Otherwise I thought maybe it should have more stuff done to it, but I like it kind of plain next to this. So maybe that's my first decision. And then if it's a pocket, I guess it could be a pocket. And I could do it like this, and I could actually sew it. That would be so cute, like sew it on these ends right here. But I want the flowers to come out, and if I do it that way, then that, let's see, we've got two little pieces here. Oh, we got this piece. If I do it this way, then this piece will come up like this. Oh, and this is facing the right direction. And then what I could do, because it's not folding evenly, is I could put a little piece of ribbon right here, which could be this, or it could be a different ribbon, or it could be this. So it could be this on the edge, or it could be this on the edge, or something else. And I maybe would have to cover up that part of it. This part right here. I could do something like that. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is maybe cover up just part of the outside of this, and maybe the outside of that. So let me put this aside. I'm going to use the gel medium. This is Nasco Artist Quality Acrylic Gel Medium. And I'm just going to start with that as a glue, just because I have that available to me easily. And I'm thinking about just putting some Momigami Collage pieces in here. So I have this whole thing of like Momigami that I'm going to use to cover up this part right here. That's what I want to start off with. Okay, so let me put this. And I'm not sure how much I'll decorate the inside of this, because it's going to be, I might have to cover up the inside a little bit, because I'm going to put those flowers, and I might have to cover up like where they stick out from. I really like the Momigami paper. I mean, that looks cool by itself. Maybe I won't try to cover it up too much. Just don't like that green tape a whole lot.
I'm going to speed through this part because it's just me gluing down the papers. There's not a whole lot to say for this, so I'm just going to play some music for you.
I also want to put some vintage photo on the edges of everything. And then I'm going to spray it with everything with some water. I might have already done this, but this is just going to give it a nice distressed edge. All right, now I'm going to spray this with some water. Gonna blow dry it again. Right, I blow dried it. This is the way it's gonna go. So you can see that little gap right there. There's some colors in there now. That's kind of pretty. Yeah. So I'm thinking that what I want to do is, okay, we'll put it this way, and maybe it'll go here. And we'll have flowers coming out here and flowers coming out there. Okay, so I have to figure out what kind of flowers I want. So these are my options. Oh, did I show you the butterflies? I got butterflies. It's going to come out too. So let's open all this stuff up here. This I all got at Michael's. Right, I dumped everything in here where I also had some other flowers like that. And like this. So I don't know what I want yet. So I have to like kind of experiment. What I like about this one is it's got a little wire attached to it so that I could potentially have it coming in like this. I think I might have a variety. I really need my scissors, I think. Let's see if I can. Alright, so now I'm just playing around with what would look best with this. I like this little one right here because it kind of matches that. And Yeah, I like these little ones right here. Maybe another rose. Oh, we got this little blue one right here too. Kind of goes with the blue over there. Let's just, but we only need maybe one. Okay. And I don't know what that thing is. That's way too big. We got this thing. I don't know. And we've got, oh, I like this color right here. Okay. Now I don't want to have too many flowers. The idea is that they're all coming out from this hole. I don't know if I should have them like all glued onto the thing. That seems a little much. Let's see here. Do we want to? Notice I got two peach ones. Maybe we want this little red one. I like this color better. Maybe that's too much. I feel like I should have another one like this. I'm not sure I like these things right here on it. So now we have this and that. Ooh, This part fell off here. I liked it like that. Guess we were gonna go like, shoot. Let's figure out that. Like this.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to arrange these flowers, and I'm just going to sort of lay them on there in different types of arrangements. Some I'm going to glue down, and some I'm just kind of experimenting with. And I'll play some music for you while you watch me do this. Again, I'm going to go back and forth between real time and fast forwarding so that you can get part of my art process, but it doesn't get too tedious watching it in real time. So I'll fast forward it here and there.
Alright, so I debated if I wanted to put this down here. But you can see that, I don't know, it just looks kind of odd. So then, next I looked at this. That, I think, looks super cute. I'm thinking about sewing it on. I'm not a very good sewer, so this should be interesting. But if I'm going to sew that on, I should do that first, because I'm also going to sew this shut, and I don't want to sew that down there.
So here we go. I'm going to sew this yarn piece on.
Alright, I put a little piece of paper there just to kind of make sure the stitches stay down in there as well on this end. Where's my thumb at? That end right there. And okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I won't fold any other way, so I'm just going to allow it to be crooked. And I'm going to put the stitches in. probably need to fix this one up a little bit. So I'm hoping to do something with that. Let's try it again. I'm going to spray it. Yeah, that's cool. Try it again. Alright, here it is. I want you to get a good look at it. So those are all the stitches I did with the sewing machine. Not perfect, but it still goes with the overall distressed look of it. There's that little butterfly. Here's the one hole. This is a pocket. I did trim down this edge because it just bothered me being so crooked. So that's the ribbon right there. And you can see where the flowers are. You can see my finger right there in the hole. This is the back side of it. I love it. That looks like a bird right there. There's the other hole with all the flowers. It does have a very vintage feel about it. It is very grungy. Alright, and that's the other page it sits next to, which I may or may not do something with that, I'm not sure. And then this is just kind of the same paper here, just sitting on this page. I don't mean to zoom in so much. On the other side of that is this page right here. Bye everybody, thank you for watching. I hope this inspired you to want to create for your own journal. Maybe make some Momigami paper. Have a blessed day everyone. Bye.